it's wonderful that, the Toronto Fire Service do outreach and try to recruit people from the queer community. But there's also value in making sure that when they are here, they actually feel safe and welcome and inclusive, right? And for me as an outsider, I don't really see that. Now, I'll give you an example. Since I've been a counselor for the last 2 years, I've attended the First Responders Holiday Party every year. And the police chief shows up in uniform, the deputy chiefs show up in uniform, the superintendents show up in uniform. And they show up in uniform with intention to show that, they are here. They come early and they stay late. And I'm there. So I see it firsthand. The hundreds of people that are in the room are police officers, right? I don't see people from the fire service there, from paramedic services there. It's just the police service. Also, during Pride Month, for example, I was invited to a round table panel invited by the police service. They had athletes who are queer, myself and others, and they invite the queer members of the police service to come in and listen and participate and ask questions. I know, for example, this year I was invited to go with the Toronto Police Service to Miami to their Pride. They go to New York Pride. So it's not just a one-stop, Pride event and it's done. Like it's continuous, and I'm going to say they put their money where their mouth is. But I don't see that with the fire service and by extension the paramedic services, right? So can you comment on that?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Chair. So we take our advice, Chair, from our Positive Space Committee, and it is continuing to evolve. I will state that certainly I have never been down to American cities to participate. Toronto Fire Service generally does not do that, not just for Pride, but when we gather information in terms of providing our operational plans and working with our allied emergency service partners to protect all the festivities, and we're doing that right now as an example, Chair, with FIFA. We're doing that with Taylor Swift. Quite often we do that from a remote perspective. One, from a cost-effective perspective, and two, just from a logistics perspective, given the number of senior staff that we have and obviously the scope of work we have. But I will say that the conversations and the work that continues literally up to the senior operations officer level is not just surrounded about 1 month. We meet with our Positive Space Committee all the time. They inform decisions literally from recruitment up into how to identify and remove barriers into the senior operations officer's ranks. So I want to assure you that this is a top priority. Those discussions happen all of the time. And the very fact that we are seeing the results that we are seeing shows the work that has been done since 2016. Again, I can't speak to individual attendees or parties. I know that we were fully engaged with the Toronto Professional Firefighters Association for that party, having conversations with them as well. But in terms of the trips to some of the states that you have mentioned, no, that's not something that we have done in the past. And it's not something that I have, candidly, I'm not aware of any other Canadian fire service attending outside of the country to participate.
But can you give me an example of the Toronto Fire Service doing something here that brings their community together, your community together, to make them feel that they are seen and they heard? I gave you 2 examples of, the First Responders Holiday get-together, the roundtables conversations that happened here in Scarborough this past year during Pride, hosted by the police service. So have the fire service done anything like that to bring their members together? And perhaps even with partnership with other emergency services. Because, the Toronto Police seems to be on top of this. Maybe that, maybe joining forces with them and perhaps making it something bigger and better.
No, thank you for the question, Chair. So the answer is yes, and it is done through the Positive Space Committee. They have meetings throughout the year that certainly inform the chief's decisions and inform the senior command decisions. We quite often attend, but really we take our advice from them, as they are the ones with lived experience, and they are the ones that are providing the command team the advice on how to move forward. So they meet quite often. They are the ones that provide us advice on how to continue to make sure the Toronto Fire Service continues to increase and evolve into an ever more increasing, inclusive and welcoming workforce right now. And as I said, they're very active. They participate in Fire Service Women Ontario, so they are at a provincial level. And again, they are the ones that, when they meet, bring us feedback in, and we absolutely have been implementing that feedback over the last 5 to 6 years.